there, and welcome back to Weird Soda for Life. I don't know if you understand the gravity of the situation. Ah? Ah? You get it. Anyway, welcome back. Today we are on week two of frankly, spoiler alert, a 2 week trial of the two newest Monster Energy drink flavors. We tried Ultra Blue Hawaiian last week, and this week we're trying Ultra Vice Guava. Cause why not? Um, uh, admittedly, this is a little bit. This was released before Ultra Blue Hawaiian. I just haven't had an opportunity to try it yet, so I picked it up now. And I don't really have a lot to say about this. Like the problem, well, not the problem. The cool thing about trying different drinks from the same manufacturer is that eventually you kind of run out of things to talk about. And so you kind of just get to the soda earlier, but you know me, I can make a 30-second conversation into a 3-minute one, so here we are. Um, but I did want to talk a little bit about this drink. So this is really kind of not the first time that guava has been introduced as a flavor into Monster Energy drinks. Ultra Rosa, which is kind of like their grapefruity-ish one, had guava. The sugar, like they have Monster and they have the Ultras, and that's usually what we try on the channel. But there is another kind of variant called Monster Juice, which I also like, but again is inherently exceedingly sugary. So like very tasty. I have got to be in need to have one on a regular. But their original Pipeline Punch in that like vein was also had some guava in it, but this is kind of the first time that guava has taken like this is the flavor. So I'm a little bit interested to see how they bring that to life. But um, going forward with this too, I was like, what is the impetus of this? You know me, I do some research. We'll talk about the design of the can in a second, but like I was doing, well, obviously some research on like what was the origin of this, and it turns out that this is another sneaky collabo with another rapper, a la Poppy's collaboration with um Post Malone a few weeks ago. This was actually a collaboration with French Montana. Um, I don't have a lot to say about that, but I thought y'all would enjoy. So obviously, when this gets announced, I didn't hear anything about it. I just saw the cans show up in stores, so maybe I'm just not in on the rapper soda zeitgeist. It happens, man. But I thought this was kind of amusing when asked about the flavor and like talking about the hype. French Montana wrote, and I'm looking at the article. I'll be linking at the bottom in the description so you can read the whole thing for yourself. Um, you already know what it is. Ultra Guava is Montana Guava. It's a lifestyle, and Montana represents a certain lifestyle, says French Montana. That's why I'm out here making it flow with Ultra Guava and joining the Monster Energy fam. This guava joint is so fire. You take a sip, and it's 12 o'clock. You're kicking back on a beach chair with a pink umbrella in your cup. So I don't know what the monster. I don't know what the Montana lifestyle is. Like, I mean, I realize that we're talking about the rapper, but if I hear Montana lifestyle, I'm thinking lots of fields, a lot of giant animals that are like can screw you up. Like, is there an elk? Is he charging at me? Is that the Montana lifestyle? Um, I also want to ask, is the French Montana lifestyle just very jittery on a beach? Because like this has a lot of caffeine in it. Like the light I mean, he's described in here a very relaxing sort of like I'm on the beach, I'm catching the breeze, I'm catching the rays. I drink these because I need to stay awake. Like, I'm not relaxing on a beach. I'm clicky clacking on a keyboard. Like, what is this? Um, so I don't know what the Montana lifestyle is, other than he thinks it's being on a beach. I think it's being jittery at your desk while answering some reference questions. But hey, that's the weird soda for life lifestyle, I guess. Um, but yeah, I'm not quite sure why. that. Especially because I thought maybe it's one of his favorite flavors. We've seen that before, like with the marshmallow Coke, and that's marshmallow again, the collaborator and rapper, not marshmallow, the squishy mouth treat, um, which was like watermelon and strawberry. I didn't see any indication why he picked guava. Um, but with that, I would like to show you the can. I actually, unlike last week where I was like kind of dogging the can style, I really, again, you think I'd figure out the camera here, but I really think that this can design is cool. It's very 1980s Miami. Um, like you can see, look at this cool flamingo. Look at those high rises. Um, look at well, I guess more flamingos. But this reminds me of two things. I guess technically it reminds me of three things. I really do like this style. This is very like for me 1980s Miami. It also reminds me of if y'all like Grand Theft Auto. I know Grand Theft Auto's been stuck on Grand Theft Auto 5 since at least my. You know what? I'm not going to tell you. I'm ageless. But uh, there was a thing long before Grand Theft Auto 5 called Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which was again set in 1980s Miami, and like this style very much reminds me of the protagonist's the Hawaiian shirt. And finally, I couldn't get away without at least a mention of one of my favorite shows. We've all heard about Miami Vice, but when Golden Girls was being filmed, as a for the pilot, they referred to it as Miami Nice, and so that's what I think about every time I think about Miami Vice is Miami Nice. But with that, like, let's see what we've gotten ourselves into. Well, it smells a little guava-y. It smells more nondescript tropical-ish, right? Like not pineapple. We've had this discussion on the channel before about tropical flavors that are like pineapple and citrus, and then tropical flavors that are literally any other berry. And it kind of leads more towards that. There is a little hint of guava, but let's see what happens when we pour it in the glass. Oh, look how pretty that is! It's like a flamingo. um, but that's very very pretty. It does look like guava juice. I used to love guava juice as a kid. I don't know if that markedly has changed the scent at all. There's like a hint of guava, um, but it just kind of feels like not grape juice. Look at us, we're exotic. We're from places that are warm. But all right, bottoms up. Okay. Um, it's not bad. So let me first. That's a sign of a really terrible review, isn't it? It's not bad, but no. But it's not. It's not bad. It's got that hint of guava, as I said before. It's a little bit of tart too. But I'll be honest. I've made no bones about the fact that I drink a lot of energy drinks, and to be fair, I drink a lot of Monster energy drinks. And there is a particular flavor. It's like the white Ultra Monster. It's an all white can. I wish I had one. Um, I actually might have one somewhere else in the house, but it tastes a lot like that. Um, the Ultra White, I've always sort of thought about as sort of their nondescript, citrusy. Um, my brain wants to say that it's kind of like Sprite. It's not like Sprite. There's not lemon in it, but essentially the Ultra White is kind of like there's nondescript citrusy. It's like the Fresca. Here's that. How's that for a data reference? It's like the Fresca of Monster energy drinks. And unfortunately, this just tastes like an extra version of that. Um, there's a little bit of hint of, I think, of guava. They were trying something, um, but it really just tastes like a pink version of the ultra white. And only for that reason alone do I find this a little disappointing. It doesn't mean that it's bad. It doesn't mean that it tastes terrible. It's fine. I like it. I would drink this again. But it's not unique other than for its color, and that's disappointing to me. I don't want to call this a fail because I mean, I'll drink it. Once I turn off the camera, I'm gonna drink the rest of it and get on with my day. But I just wish it was a more distinct flavor. I wish they had gone harder into the guava, maybe, or something. I don't know what I don't know what I would have wanted, but I wish it wasn't this. It just feels like a variant on a monster flavor we've already had. Um, oh well. Next week, though, it is always the time to have a new flavor. Um, and so this one has been particularly divisive amongst my friends and colleagues. Dr. Pepper has released a new blackberry soda. Blackberry Dr. Pepper. And while one of my coworkers at work really loved it and was raving about it to me, Chief Procurement Officer Porter was like, meh, no thank you. So, y'all know me, I love a divisive soda. So, next week we are going to try it ourselves and see what side of the spectrum that we land on. Until next time, drink weird. And I guess if you're going to Miami, better to drink energy drinks than do cocaine? Is that a thing? I don't know. That feels offensive. I'm really sorry. See you next time.